Welcome to my channel, Scary Hour. I want you to remember something. If you ever think you're alone in the woods, you're already wrong. I learned this the hard way. It started on a cool autumn night. My cousin and I were exploring a patch of forest behind his house, a place we'd known our whole lives, or so we thought. As dusk settled, everything got quiet. The usual sounds of crickets and rustling leaves just stopped. Then, from deep within the trees, I heard it, my own voice. It called my name, clear as day, a perfect mimicry. I looked at my cousin, his face pale, his eyes wide. He'd heard it too, but my mouth was shut, my throat tight. The voice called out again, "Jason," and this time it sounded closer. A chill that had nothing to do with the night air crawled up my spine. We stood frozen for what felt like an eternity. The forest was dead silent, the air thick and heavy. We decided to slowly back away, trying not to make a sound. But with every step we took backward, the voice took a step forward. It was like it was matching our pace, toying with us. The sound of our own quiet footsteps was deafening in the silence. Then, it was right there. I felt a warm breath whisper directly behind my ear, so close I could feel the moisture on my skin. We didn't wait to see what it was. We just ran. We sprinted out of those woods, not daring to look back. The sound of our own ragged breaths and pounding hearts filling our ears. We never spoke of it again, but I'll never forget the feeling of my own voice hunting me in the dark. Another time, I learned that some trails are better left unexplored. I was hiking a mountain path I'd been on dozens of times. It was a beautiful, clear day. But as I rounded a familiar bend, everything changed. A thick, impenetrable wall of fog rolled in out of nowhere, swallowing the trail and the world around me. It was so dense I couldn't see my own feet. Visibility dropped to zero. I stopped trying to get my bearings when I saw something in the mist ahead. It was a tall, slender shadow, completely motionless. It just stood there, staring. I couldn't make out any features, just a dark, imposing silhouette against the gray fog. My heart hammered against my ribs. I blinked, hoping my eyes were playing tricks on me. When I opened them, it was gone. Relief washed over me for a split second, and then sheer terror replaced it. I spun around, a sixth sense screaming at me, and there it was. The shadow was now just inches behind me. So close, I could have reached out and touched it. It hadn't made a sound. It was as if it had teleported, testing me, seeing how fast fear could make me run. I didn't need any more encouragement. I turned and bolted back down the mountain, slipping and sliding on the rocky path, not caring if I fell. I just needed to get away from that silent, watching figure. The fog seemed to chase me, but I didn't stop running until I burst out into clear. Sunny air, gasping for breath, my body trembling uncontrollably. I looked back, but the fog bank was gone, as if it had never been there at all. But the most unsettling experience happened deep off-trail, miles from any civilization. A few friends and I decided to go on a real backwoods camping trip, pushing further into the wilderness than we ever had before. We were setting up camp in a small clearing when we found it. A tattered blue tarp, ripped and weathered, lying on the ground. That was strange enough, but what surrounded it was what truly scared us. The ground was soft mud, and pressed into it were huge, barefoot footprints. They were massive, far larger than any human foot, and they formed a perfect circle around the tarp. It looked like something had been pacing, waiting. For what? Or for whom? An uneasy feeling settled over our group. The woods, which had felt adventurous and exciting moments before, now felt menacing and claustrophobic. We tried to laugh it off, making jokes to break the tension, but no one was really laughing. As the sun began to set, casting long, eerie shadows through the trees, a heavy crash echoed from the brush nearby. It wasn't the sound of a deer or a bear. This was a deep, guttural sound, the kind that vibrates through your chest and rattles your bones. It was the sound of something massive moving with intention. We didn't hesitate. We abandoned our gear, our tents, everything. We just ran. Scrambled through the undergrowth, branches whipping at our faces, the sounds of something heavy following close behind. We ran until our legs were shaking and our lungs burned, terrified of what we might see if we dared to look back. We never knew what was making those footprints or what was crashing through the woods that night. And honestly, I never want to find out. If you enjoyed these stories and want to hear more from the dark corners of the world, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Scary Hour, and hit that notification bell. You never know what's waiting in the shadows. Thanks for watching.